I got it. September 23rd, Sunday. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Ash's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already heading downstairs where Ash is waiting for me in his car. His hair's a disheveled mess, eyes drowsy, and overall looking like he hurried to get out of bed. Or fell out of it. Or both. I'm just terribly rumpled this way. I'm not going to tell him that. Don't bloat his unbearable ego.
Good morning, Ash!
Makes a motion with his finger around his ear, tone it down.
Can you even drive?
He answers me with a slight raise of his hand and yawn, nothing more. He's never been particularly fond of mornings, and for that I'm thankful to God and the universe less mental capacity for him to make fun of me. Ha! There's the reason why mornings are my favorite. It doesn't even take long for us to reach our destination, a small cafe situated in Luxmore's busiest street, the same one I'd often visit with Becca for its cheap food. I've never gone here on a Sunday. It's striking how different it feels without the usual weekday English Saturday rush. The atmosphere especially reminds me of something we also have back home in the university I used to attend. I wonder what happened to it. It was being renovated before I left, so I never got to visit one last time. The place has always had a calming effect on me. And today, despite standing in a place similar to it, anxiety easily washes over me as soon as I step out of the car. I'm quite used to dealing with people I've never met before, thanks to my work. But still, I don't know him. Despite the fact both Ash and Becca vouch for him, what will he think of me and my story? What if he thinks I'm crazy? Hell, even my own friends thought so. Drawing a breath to quell the panic beginning to rise in me. Oh well, only one way to find out. He has steps forward and then Ash is suddenly pulling me back from my elbow.
Hold on, scaredy cat, not too fast.
Without warning, he placed my forehead hard.
That hurts! What was that for?
He's already walking away when I look up and I hurry to catch up to him, puzzled. I really don't understand this guy. Please explain why you're flicking other people's foreheads all of a sudden. It's so rude.
Get yourself together, will you? He's not going to bite. He's very accommodating, too.
I wasn't scared of him or anything.
You don't look like it. Didn't sound like you were okay last night either.
What was that last one? Hey! Don't just ignore me!
All questions and retorts die on my mouth once he opens the door to the shop. The cast iron bell attached to it chimes softly announcing our arrival. The smell of freshly brewed coffee welcomes us as soon as we step in. Like the usual, several tables and chairs have been set up for the peak trains, but most of the customers have forgotten them in favor of the more comfortable throw pillows and bean bags as the staff is laid out on the floor. Becca would love to know why they have something like this on Sunday. She's been complaining how uncomfortable the library chairs are for a long time now. Ash leads me to a secluded spot near the window where an old man, probably in his 50s or 60s, is seated, enjoying a brew and a book.
Professor Clark.
It's just Andrew now. I'm no longer your professor, Detective Inspector Frey.
The guy Andrew looks up from his book and gives him a smile. A sheepish look crosses Ash's face at the older man's admonishment. More unusual when I'm being seeing him appear like a parent has just scolded them. But a suggestive familiarity between them, one that goes beyond what someone expects from a simple student and mentor. With another warm smile, he gestures for us to take them to seats opposite.
Have you been waiting long?
Quite some time. But I come here early on weekends. Best time to get their first serving of bear claws. They're the only place that serves it here. I took the liberty of ordering for you two. I hope you don't mind. I thought it'd be best to talk over a decent helping of coffee.
Soon enough, a waiter brings us 2 more cups and sets down a basket of pastries.
Aren't you going to introduce the lady?
Ah, right, sorry. Isabella, this is Prof. Andrew. He's one of my professors back at the university. Andrew, this is Isabella Santos.
Santos. Portuguese? Spanish? Brazilian? Mexican?
Filipina, actually. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Ah, your name carries a lot of history, Miss Santos. Just Andrew is fine. Don't do what Ashton's doing. He doesn't listen to this old man.
He doesn't listen to anyone, more like. The awkward tension typically presents in first meetings dissipates after that. Oh, so I think someone's strict and to an extent someone's severe. Professor Andrew Clark is definitely the opposite of what I have in mind. More of a personable kind, similar to a grandfather who dotes on you at family gatherings. It's obvious why Ash is taking a liking to him.
Ashton tells me there's something you wish to discuss that I could help with. Let's hear it then.
I give Ash a hesitant glance, but he just nods and gestures towards Andrew with his head. He's leaving this to me. It's my story to tell after all. Keep it short and concise. I found a letter in this old mansion. Now I'm cursed. Exactly as I've told Ash and Zach when they asked about it. I don't mention the name of the place. No use saying it now that someone else legally owns it. No use dragging other people into my problems.
I'm sure it's that letter I found, but I don't know anymore. I just want to know how to escape this nightmare.
Of course. We're talking about the one in Anslem Village, aren't we?
How did you...
Don't look so surprised. There's only one place popular enough here if we're going to talk about hauntings. I once had a colleague who wrote about it and the urban legends surrounding the place. Years worth of study. Fascinating. It's a shame he passed away at such a young age.
Ouch.
He would have done a much better job at explaining topics like this one compared to me. Ashton here might disagree, but it's an interesting topic in sociology, if you care to have an open mind.
Studying the science and theory behind it is completely different from outright believing in it.
You don't believe in those stories, sir?
Now, this isn't a question of belief. All I'm saying is things like these speak a lot about a place's culture and history. And it's not just limited to ghosts. Monsters, gods, you name it. Even you, Miss Santos.
What about me?
How you respond to these stories. It tells a lot about you and your upbringing, in the same way it tells me why our detective inspector here finds such topics absurd. Interesting, isn't it?
My head is starting to spin from all of this. I'm not the smartest person around, but I understand what he's trying to get at, I think. Still too much to take in at once. I looked at Ash for help, but his eyebrows are drawn in a frown. He keeps staring at this cup. I'm pretty sure it cracks him.
There's still something you're not telling.
Didn't I tell you everything the other day?
Yeah, but you mentioned the rights, then you proceeded to drop the topic right after. What's with that?
They don't have anything to do with this.
Rights. Luke and Hannah, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who got the place.
I'm not surprised. They're the kind who gets what they want once they set their eyes on it.
From what I've heard, word gets around.
Heavy sigh escapes my lips. Popular or not, just my clients, albeit a little pushy, but just clients, end of story. Just stop pestering me about them. Shut up, Ash. I know you're trying to help. Ash went up. Luke is at the bottom, and Han is at the bottom. What is it again that Becca does when dealing with a particularly difficult child? Pesky, annoying kind. I wish I could remember. I'm starting to use the same trick right about.
Ashton, look here. I know you're trying to help, but the deal's almost already closed. The papers are being prepared. Once it's done, it's over. I'm just their agent.
And when is that happening?
When what? Is there even a purpose to this line of questioning?
Your working relationship with them. When's it going to end?
About a week from now. It depends on how long the approval process would take, but they wanted us to rush it.
Really? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, really. Unless they want to buy a house again and want me and Rose to be their agent. If yes, then I don't see a problem with it. Now stop annoying me about it.
Don't accept it.
What? Why? It's my job.
Oh lord, even my younger siblings aren't this difficult to deal with. And again, Ash is far from younger siblings to me. If we only spell it out, sure they understand. We wouldn't even have to talk about it right now. That's how it is, right? Find an even ground, talk about it like the adults we are. Well, it wasn't like this before. Somewhere along the way, something has changed in us as people, as friends. I wish there's a way I could tell when or why. Instead, we're left searching blindly for reasons. The next thing we know, we'll be drifting further and further apart. How frustrating.
Now, kids, settle down. We're not going to solve anything by shouting.
Sorry, Sir Andrew.
And we're not going to solve anything either if you keep omitting things.
Speak for yourself. I'm not the only one doing it.
You'll have to forgive my former student, Miss Santos. He's always been the curious kind. Many people think he's lazy, but it's actually the opposite. I see that hasn't changed.
Oh, really? How is he back when he was your student? I'm sorry, I need to ask. He doesn't talk much about that.
And there's a reason why. Please don't.
Tried to sleep on the first day of class. He didn't repeat it after what I made him do when I caught him.
Ooh.
Students like him are the easiest to deal with, once you know what piques their interest. I'd have to say, he's one of the very few who's actually interested in the subject, though. But there was this one time when...
By the end of the conversation, Asher is like he's praying for the ground to swallow him. He's never been one to talk about himself. What I know about him are mostly bits and pieces I've gleaned over the years. He's an atrocious singer, he's bad at art, and he has a personal vendetta against performance. Now I feel he isn't that hard to figure out after all. It's past noon where Andrew has to leave us for another meeting. But before we separate,
Miss Santos, a word of advice.
psychotherapy not included.
Just keep in mind that when it comes to cases like this, things aren't always what they seem.
Naturally, the mention in the letter was brought up several times during our talk. And though Ash is right in that Andrew offers some perspective, he has left me with more questions than answers instead. What is she? What does she want from me? Is she ever going to leave? They all continue to bug me after we've left the coffee shop. I don't even notice when Ash takes a different turn on our way back.
Where are we going? You can drop me off at the park.
Guess. You have 3 chances.
I'm serious, Ash. Where are we going?
He doesn't answer. Surely he stops his car in front of a small, nondescript food stall a ways away from the movie house. If I wasn't paying closer attention, I would have missed it without a doubt. He motions for me to wait as he gets off the car and walks in this direction. Sheesh, you want to buy something? Just say it. Don't need to make yourself look mysterious. You should look more like a dork than cool. The wait isn't long, however. Soon, he's walking back, holding 2 fish-shaped cones in both hands. Ice cream, parfait, across to the 2. By the time he's back inside the car, I've given up any effort to figure out what he bought. Not that it looks bad, actually it's quite cute.
Here, take it.
I had to move my head back a little when he thrust it at me to avoid the ice cream and the fruit toppings from ending up on my nose.
What's this for?
My arm's getting tired. 5, 4, 3, 2.
The wary glance to take it off his hands. Still don't understand why there's a need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a small bite. It's actually pretty good. I must have shown on my face because he chuckles as soon as I take another one.
Saw the place open the other day when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try. It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
Do I need to have a reason?
Are you really going to ask me that?
Here's the thing with Ashton Frey. He does not just treat anyone to free food because he feels like it. He's that much of a Scrooge. Hell, he even asked me to teach him how to haggle once. Haggle? Of all the people who would ask me that? I'd have expected such a request from Becca, but Ash? Not at all. If I'm going to be honest, he looks a bit constipated with that expression on his face right now. I think he's starting to regret ever buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, during the movie, we, that's to say, we... Shit. Should have written down something first.
Get to the point, Ashton.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry for, not getting to the point. I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said things that upset you. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay? That's all? That's all you're going to say? You're not still angry, are you?
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
Bite into the cone again. Small attempt to keep myself occupied and relieve the heat crawling in my face. Doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. I'm feeling embarrassed over an apology. I have no idea. It's not like it wasn't called for. They were being mean, especially him, and that fraction of a second it hits me. Skip this day off just for today? I should be the one apologizing and thanking him. Sometimes it's an awkward company while we finish our respective snacks. There are words for this. For people like us who are understanding in symptoms like this. Yet, in this instant, they won't come. As promised, he drops me off at the park right after. Races sunset still hanging heavily in the air. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier, more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people lying, leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. Maybe I should try walking home today, to get my mind off things. To try and find the words somehow. I haven't done that in a while.
Thanks, Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Yeah, I will.
Even so, I linger. We both do. A mild, humid breeze brings the smell of dried leaves, warmed earth, and a far-off distant memory. A false starts and awkward first meetings. Same place, same people playing the same parts. Funny, how of all the days, my brain chooses to remember it now.
Wait, Belle.
Ash uses his car, his strides are unsteady when he approaches me. Maybe this is his uncertainty showing. I'm not quite sure. He's never looked uncertain to me before. Always calm, always sure, always connected. He stops a short distance from me, close enough that he's within an arm's reach, but just far enough for his voice to be heard over a decent small talk. This is what it's going to be. He fumbles for something in his pockets.
Here, catch.
A small bag lands squeezing in my outstretched hands before it hits the ground. I raise an eyebrow at him. He responds by shrugging and stuffing both his hands back to his pockets. Somewhere to the side, he finds an interesting spot to look at. Sometimes you have to wait, Papa said long ago. For once, this time I listen. His voice is halting, hesitant when he finds it again.
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said. I don't believe in this kind of thing now. But if it makes you feel safe, since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one.
Perhaps at the moment there aren't any words for it, but I've never been good with those. But right now I could thank him in the best way I know. Being nice when you're trying. They kind of feel the same. You're not bad after all. You can be nice when you're trying. I know one's gonna be bad, one's gonna be good. I just don't know which one's good, because they both will feel good. Be nice when you're trying. Oh, the story updated. And close the short distance separating us and give him a light punch in his arm. Gesture familiar in place of phrases one couldn't spin together answers too ordered to seek out.
See, you can be pretty nice when you're trying.
I am nice.
When you're sleeping, but thanks for this.
Don't go losing it. It brings bad luck if you do.
Wait, are you serious?
I know there's a catch. This asshole.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You did this on purpose, didn't you? Oh, I should have known.
Not entirely. But seriously, if anything happens, tell me. I'll be around.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time. It's back to teasing me, back to our usual routine, back to what we're comfortable with. And for all that, I believe in him. I just hope. Professor Clark, Ashton Frey, and Isabella Santos met up at a coffee house to discuss the rumors surrounding the mansion. Professor warned the young woman not to take everything at face value. For parting ways at the park, Ashton gave Isabella a charm that supposedly wards off evil to help her put her mind at ease. I just hope I can keep them safe. Keep him safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves rolling in the distinct smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently at the park? Okay. Cat's name is Beruthiel? Thou? At least that's what the scholar says. It's an odd name to give a cat in my opinion. But it speaks grace much like the one that carries it. It shows in the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hands every movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me after all. It was a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all of these at the same time. Even make it past the park. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. Hope it stays where it is. I'm just a black cat back at home. They're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and a sister does that. Maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. Short breather, then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company is bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or crosses my path.
Well, where's your owner anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar's for, isn't it? Bandage wrapped on one of his paws, though. What happened to it? Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
Take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. So I'm about to put one into my mouth. He meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
He doesn't move a meow again as I'm expecting him to. I think his unblinking gaze is yes. I set the beast on my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sniffs at it once, twice before.
Baruthia!
Huh. A good, properly trained pet, Baruthia responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McCullough is hard to miss, what with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you? Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Baruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Baruthiel's a she.
Sorry. She, all this time I thought, pause in conversation. This can be called one who's uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs with the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Oof. Still trying to be friendly with her, right? I want to say cat? Cat? Keep my tone cordial and warm. Yeah, and went down.
I'm actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCullough.
And why exactly is that? There are a lot of people who have pets.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
No, not at all. She's very sweet. Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Back at home it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it, and
Nothing has happened to me so far.
displeasure is evident on her face. Of course, I've forgotten that for other people, black cats are an omen of good luck. There you go again, running your mouth off, Isabella. I racked my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out a hand.
This is a good place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so?
Dang, I made her angry.
It is good to see you again, Santos.
Complete dismissal if I've ever heard one. Watch as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she has forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Irmigard mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion.
Wow. Damn. The letter? The same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCall that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. She is not going to believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hasten to pick up all the bags I've left on the bench and ran as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house, of her, of my own cowardice. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. While looking after a lost cat, Isabella Santos met the interior designer Marianne McCullough by chance. She also happened to be the cat's owner. Two were seen having small talk before Isabella abruptly left. Pity. One would think that someone who had been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what is gnawing at me tonight, neither are my sore muscles. TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. Distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home.
Excuse me?
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
What? I didn't even give her the paper. So she dies either way? Dang, Rose.
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
No. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. Such just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has kept telling me, so why? And immediately I rushed to my study table and searched my phone. Hand Colton tried to cling slightly to it as soon as I touched the edges. There's a folded paper, the letter lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I picked up the device. I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not too long ago, and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose. I'm sure of it. Just talk to her, and sobs escaped me, and hot tears began to blur my vision. One after another, they trickled down, weighted by the very same guilt I refused to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. Handshake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contact list. She'll answer, right? So she's always does. She'll pick it up. Tell me to turn down the waterworks. Call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose! Don't do this to me! Please pick up! I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
TV runs loudly in the background. Deafening static sounds from my phone speakers, but in my ears I can only hear the screams, the pleas, the whispers. We're not safe. October 24th, Monday! Monday. Buzzing sensation jolts me awake. Is it next? News broke of Rose Cooper being found dead in her flat the evening before. The authorities classified the crime as homicide, possibly linked to the notorious Anselm Butcher, a mysterious serial who had committed brutal murders over the years and left their bodies with the signature phrase, "Help me." Buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. It's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is, and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled up position the night before. Have you slept at all? Memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. I say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. Should have been more careful. Should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have. The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly when I look at it, as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. Strict attendance required today. To all Bercy employees, in light of the recent events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to their respective managers for review. Submitting everyone's cooperation. Thank you, Joan Alice Scholes, BRC HR Manager. This is one of those typical days that I happily comply and get myself to our office. Today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place in itself is a stark reminder of all my own fears have cost me. Where should you go? Go to work. Hoping won't get me anywhere. It's just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it with a smile, no matter how bad things get, I hope for the best. Though my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night, letters open as I passed by, unfolding from everyone else but me to see. Every word written on it glares back at me. They sneer. They ridicule. Like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it into my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. This too I'll deal with. Somehow I'll find a way and make things right. I have to. Before it takes more people from me, even if I must do it on my own. Papers, rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone listening has already heard about Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'd likely see it in the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone's giving me a wide berth as though the mere mention of Rose being up to triggers under the moon. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose has left. After lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up in my work to know what it is about. It's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate it more if he just shouted at me today. Anything's better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral, yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I'm given the entirety of Rose's workload, including analyzing the right speakers, and having promised an ample compensation for my efforts. He is expecting me to be happy about it. Said I immerse myself in my work. I have to anyway, I want to forget. Employee of the month. Dang. Time flies when you do, and by the time I kind of notice, it's already late. Isabella Santos drowned herself with work the whole day to forget about the devastating news of her mentor's death. However, she ended up stumbling upon the mysterious experiences of her other colleagues just when she realized something important. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people usually like that.
The Luxbon Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I'll have to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. Loud tapping my fingers against the keys filled the office for the better part of my shift as I look through everything. Background about the place is history from the current owners and the list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff, they may have a lot of agents hired, but remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters. No, they can't be. That was not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. Sweep of Rose, the letter.
I need to... No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? I have proof, then maybe. I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's still a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that will be useful. Grab all of them and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. Something just to do. It's something those people should. The noise cut sharply through the room, shoving my hand short of cramming a pen to my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have left their printer open again. Maybe in a hurry, but I don't turn it off. Another person's certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted computer resources. Most of the time it's Rose who does the nagging, but clicking my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction for the said object. Each stride my feet takes also echoes throughout the empty workplace. Well, I started the janitor minutes ago, and with me being the only one left, tapping my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learned to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turned it off, my pages are already strewn about on the ground, a paper tray having also been left ajar. Sighing, I picked each of it up to put someplace proper. The page that greets me next makes my blood run cold. Help me. Chill that makes its way up my spine as it's numbing as that day in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as I rasp through my gritted teeth. But before I can even gather myself, take the first steps out of here, total darkness suddenly envelops me. And as if hearing every holy thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. Soft, quick grating through the thin veil of stillness is descending the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body feels rigid at the sound. Familiar, so familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still pushes me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. It's her. Standing in the only exit of the office, albeit facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. Same person in the attic. I take a step back. The pen I'm holding slips from my hand. The entire head turns. I scream almost escapes my mouth, and I duck under my table as quick as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the word clicking that follows her, telltale scorch of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer. The sounds are slowly getting louder. The only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Someone, please save me. Anyone. I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please don't let her hear me. Oh shit, oh, use space for it? Oh, damn. The right time. Uh-oh. Going faster too, that sucks. Seconds. Finish stretch out before me, agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly open my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare move or make a noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg, let out some pleas to whoever is out there. Please, please don't let her notice. I want to live.